a version of Melty Blood that you can play for free. It's a little harder on the novices, but it definitely is a very fun game. And it'll run on, I've got a Surface Pro tablet. It runs on that just fine.
I mean, that game will run on anything. Like, I've seen enough pictures from fighting game tournaments to know that game will run in toilets, so.
All right, now GUMI and Hamma. This is a tried and true Xanadu favorite matchup. This is a classic. And GUMI, this isn't his only character. He doesn't only have the Miyako, so it's interesting he brings out the Miyako in this matchup. It seems to be working for him thus far. Oh, the good shield.
Ooh, that was
Takes
a good shield.
Round.
So one thing about the armored options in this game is that armored options pretty much ubiquitously lose to shield options as well as throws. So one thing that I didn't see in the earlier sets with Zerom was that every time that Hamma was using the shield or using the armored options and things like that, shield was pretty much nowhere to be seen. Right, and so I think this is an adjustment that GUMI made, probably watching even the match that he was playing earlier, just to kind of gain like an advantage and shut down some of the options. You saw he tried to do it there as well.
Yeah, in fighting games, it's important to be able to learn from your mistakes, but it's perhaps even more important to be able to learn from other people's mistakes. So I definitely recommend, if you're at a tournament, always watching the people you could potentially be playing against, because you can definitely pick up some good knowledge. There's even what I call like the day-to-day meta of, okay, today this person seems to be...
Oh, what a dodge there from GUMI.
Doing this option more
he's not going to kill, but this is going to be a really big deal. Oh, he almost got it again, too.
Almost touched it. The heat is up, though.
All right, Hamma's probably going to do a long one into super. Yep. Sickest super in the game. 50%. Hamma's got the aggression. And this game looked like it was over, is suddenly now in another guess for the game situation.
Oh, the good shield.
And what a guess it was. All right. Now both players are in one touch.
Oh, Moondrive doesn't get anything off of it, though. Popping Moondrive, it does give you a second to think, but the hit was already coming. And there's only so many things you can do in that.
Yeah, so in that situation, the only thing that GUMI could have done was recognize that the button was already out and hit Moon Skill. Because at that point, it was too late to use throw. And it was too late to throw out a button of your own. So he has to use the armored option. Otherwise, he just
could he have shielded?
Always dies there. What?
Could he have shielded?
He could have shielded, but the Moon Skill would always work, and the shield would work if he's right.
Yeah.
Right? But that's a decision he had to make in the time of the flash, right? So it's an eye blink of time that he had to make. He had to recognize what was going on and make the right decision for it.
Yeah. And definitely not super phased by that, because he's already snuck around out from under our noses.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, like sometimes when you don't let your opponent play, like that takes like a split second. The match starts, you feel like in the time that it took you to pick up your controller, you lost the first round, and then you're into the next one.
Ooh.
Whoa, what
goes for the manly shield in the face there.
I think that was the OS there that Hamma did, and it was just one of those situations where nothing came out. And he ended up just getting shield instead. Maybe he messed up the timing for it a little bit. That's what I imagine happened there. Oh, what a cross-up.
Bold, keeping the offense quite high while GUMI's in blood heat.
Oh.
Ooh.
That
I
didn't realize that was jump cancelable.
GUMI capitalizing.
Oh,
Pops
safe
the
heat there.
Oh, gets hit in the
but
face.
He got the hit. Yeah.
If that hadn't happened, he would have got almost back to the life lead.
I think that this is one thing that maybe will be an evolution in the later parts of Melty Blood, where a lot of people are doing the safe heat setups, but then they kind of want to keep their Oki as well. I think that in a lot of those situations, maybe backing off, playing a little bit more neutral, would have been a little bit better for him. I mean, obviously, we can say in hindsight here that that would have been a little bit more beneficial for GUMI's situation. But like, obviously, in Melty Blood right now, the game is very aggressive. The game is very high-paced. But they have a lot of good defensive options and things like that, as well as a lot of safe setups that can get you into heat. I think that players, as this game goes on, will be kind of evolving in a way that will allow them to maximize their health and take advantage of the options they have in neutral as well.
Hamma now up 2-0 in this best of 5. GUMI's got to start working to pull it back. Kind of surprised, well, actually maybe not. He's doing fine with the Miyako. So I don't think a character switch is particularly necessary, but it's good to know that he does have that option if he wants it. He does play a very good Akia as well. He just probably thinks Miyako might be the better character for the Kouma matchup.
Yeah, so what I've heard from GUMI is just that he doesn't really believe in Akiha for her setups and things like that. There's just a lot of risk that's included with a lot of options that Akiha throws out.
Ooh!
Oh no. He ran forward for the punish and got hit. Feels bad. But yeah, it feels like GUMI isn't really satisfied with kind of the state of how Akiha's set play is. So that's kind of what brought him over to Miyako in the first place.
Yeah, one of the things about basically any character who's throwing out projectiles, traps, etc., is in this game you've always got to be worried about the shield on top of all the other stuff you used to have to worry about in the older games. So there's new layers of things to have to worry about. Zoners are playing a completely different game than any other fighting game.
I mean, to be fair, I think that Akiha's options give you a lot of favorable positions, even if you are getting shielded. Lots of things that you can do, lots of options that you have, but I'm not GUMI. I'm not going to... Oh, I thought he was going to super there. I just want to say that if when he got the OS, if he had supered instead of hitting the A shield, I would have cried right here. I would have started bawling.
GUMI's got around. He can make the comeback, but Hamma's also on set point. And it's all coming down to who's going to take this round. Blink and you will miss it. GUMI holding the block, gets the hit, doing a little bit of damage, putting Hamma in the corner. He's going to have a guess.
I mean, of note, this whole set has been a lot less decisive than the one that we saw with Zerom here.
Yeah.
Even if GUMI were to lose, there was no point where it kind of felt like GUMI was totally out of the set. Like at any point, like a couple of, one or two decisions even. Oh, thought that was going to be it.
Got spaghetti, and unfortunate. Hamma is going to take it.
And that's kind of the name of this entire set, right? There was one or two decisions where like one extra pickup or one extra move that went a little bit better for GUMI could have been the difference between being like 2-1 GUMI's favor instead of what we are now, right? This entire set has been kind of like on a razor's edge, even for Hamma, to keep the advantage there.
And it always feels weird to say, like, yeah, that 3-0 was close.
But the 3-0 was very, very close.
It really was. Like
literally single decisions kept it from being
like 6 different interactions gone differently, and we could be looking at
a 3-0 for GUMI.
Yeah. So it's, you know, that when you're looking at players and trying to decide how good you think they are, you got to actually watch the matches. You can't just decide numerically. But at the same time, results are results, and Hamma gets them here at Xanadu.
At the end of the day, whoever gets to grand finals has to beat Hamma twice.
Yep.